Hey everybody, welcome back to Today Talk, and today we're going to discuss the idea of the ego and how the ego can run your life and how it runs everyone's lives and how it affects us day to day. Now, many people really don't know what the ego is. We often say it, we hear about Trump having a large ego and being a narcissist, and we often think, oh, it's someone with a big ego is somebody that really thinks highly of themselves and think, oh, I'm the best, I know I'm amazing. Well, an ego actually really is, it's a self-image. And so a self-image is the way we see ourselves and the way we present ourselves. So like for someone like Trump, many people say he's insecure underneath all what he presents. But what he presents himself, I guess he's so self-obsessed. He sees himself as this alpha male, as this macho man, the best, he's the best at everything. And that's how he presents himself. And so that is his self-image. But many people throughout their lives have different kinds of self-images, and that's really what an ego is. The ego is the way we see ourselves and the way we operate with the world in front of us. And so with the ego, it can kind of decide how we approach life and how we see the world. And so often we will inherit egos from our parents, or we can build it upon our own. So say if you had a very destructive childhood and you wanted to build up your own ego, say, I lived this certain way for a certain amount of period, and so I'm gonna change who I am, and I'm gonna change who I want to be, and I'm gonna change the person I want to become. That's what we call a self-image. So you're creating a new identity, you're creating a new kind of self-image. And what I find very destructive about this is that really it's moving you away from actually who you are. And so in terms of the ego, egos are created to actually run away from who we actually are, our real emotions, how we're feeling. Thus, by creating this ego, you're moving away from the issue that you originally were afraid to address. So with running away from the ego, or working with the ego, you're moving away from how you actually are. Because egos are created out of insecurity most of the time. Out of a fear of having been a certain way, now I'm going to become this. And so what really people should begin to do is let go of their egos. Stop being so attached to their egos, and whether that egos can be in the form of thoughts, can be in the forms of attachment to different ideas, beliefs, or assumptions. Well, I'm thinking now, let go of all that. Let go of who you think you are. Let go of all that, I might call it bullshit. It really is. It's just stuff in your head, and you often try to present yourself with an ego because you're not thinking you're good enough. You might think, well, I'm a weakling and I'm this, or I'm the greatest. And so everyone wants to think I'm great, and it creates this self-delusion, see? So whether you think you're the worst person on earth, that could be your self-image, or whether you think you're the best. That is really trying to label who you are, trying to construct it in this little box. That's really what an ego is like. I think it's a box of just, you're trying to put yourself in this box that you can't really embrace all that life has to offer. So when you let go of this ego that you're creating, you're reconnecting yourself with life. You're unboxing your personality, unboxing who you are, and you are reconnecting with your inner self, with whatever you would like to call it. It's like, as I was talking about self-acceptance, this is really what self-acceptance is. Letting go of the socially constructed self-image and just letting go of all the bullcrap and embracing who you are fully, accepting who you are 100%. And in my belief, I think this is one of the most destructive reasons why people suffer today, because often they're trying to live up to a self-image that they've created in their own minds, whether that's from the environment or from themselves or whatever. And so to reach true personal freedom and to go after what you really want and to do what you really want to do is to let go of your ego. You're always going to have an ego. Ego will always be there. But do not be driven by it every day. So, we're always going to have a self-image, but it's not living every day trying to live up to this stupid thing that we've created. So in my belief, if you really want to have true success in life, true personal abundance, true infinite capacity to go after what you want, like me in this YouTube channel. If my ego, or I've had egos in the past where I'm like, oh, everyone would judge me if I did this, and sometimes I was too afraid to do certain things because I was, I used to be a very shy person, and I wouldn't have gone after certain things. Like I wanted to play tennis, and I didn't go out for it. I mean, in middle school, I didn't want to go out for tennis because I was afraid. I mean, I finally did. Finally faced my fear and went out for it. Like 6th grade, I was too afraid to go after it. But and that's the whole thing with being trapped by the ego. So thank you for watching. I hope you got some value out of this.